Good morning, class. I am teacher Cicely and I will be your math teacher for today. So, let's begin. So, to start our lesson, I will show you pictures and I want you to observe the pictures because I will ask questions afterwards. So, here are the pictures. I guess most of the pictures there are familiar to you, right? Okay. So first question, where can we find these infrastructures? Let's have the first picture. This one that looks really familiar, right? So where can we find that? Yeah, so that is very popular in Paris, and that's what we call the Eiffel Tower in Paris. Very good. How about the next picture? Okay, how about that one? Our very own. Yes, that is very popular here in our place. So that is what we call the Mactan Bridge or the Mactan Fernan Bridge in Mactan, Cebu, Philippines. Okay, how about the third picture? Do you know that? Where can we find that infrastructure? Okay, so that is in IT Park, Cebu City, and that's what we call the pyramid. Okay, how about the fourth picture? How about this one? As you can see, there is a cross. So that means that is a church. Yeah. So what church is that? And where can we find that church? Anyone? Okay. So that is what we call the Sacred Heart Parish in Cebu City. Okay. So, class, let's go back to the four pictures. And the next question is, what have you noticed to the designs of the pictures? Yes? Okay, very good. So, what dominant shape is it? Or what dominant shape being used by those who designed this? Okay, so that is, yes, it's triangle. As you can see, the Eiffel Tower in Paris, the pyramid in IT Park, the Mactan Bridge in Mactan, and also the Sacred Heart Church or Sacred Heart Parish. So they use triangles. So class, why do you think architects use triangles? Yes? Okay, yes. And also they provide strength and stability of the building. Okay, so class, we're talking about triangles because today that is our lesson about triangles. Yes. So today class, we will have an activity. I will group you into 5 groups. Each group will have 4 members. So for the instructions, we have, so here, the activity, you will illustrate a triangle. And for the instruction, each group is given 3 numbers that can be the lengths of the sides of a triangle. Each group also will illustrate a triangle using the given length. So take note, class. 3 numbers that can be the lengths of the sides of a triangle. That means it cannot also be. Okay, so for group 1, you have 6 inches, 6 inches, and 3 inches. Group 2, 3 inches, 3 inches, 7 inches. Group 3, you have 3, 3, 5. Group 4, 4, 6, 10. Group 5, 5, 5, and 4 inches. Okay? So by the way, each group will choose one representative. Okay? So the representative will be the one to tell their answers. And you will also tell the answers by these guide questions. So we have here guide questions. So after each of the groups has illustrated the triangle, the representative of each group will answer the following questions. First question, do the lengths form a triangle? So that is answerable by yes or no only, okay? And the next question, compare the sum of the two shorter lengths with the longest length. Is that clear? Okay, so you will be given 5 minutes to do the activity. Okay? So, class, timer starts now. Okay, time is up. Now let's check your answers. So let's have the group 1 first. So group 1, do the lengths of your given lengths form a triangle? What's your answer? Okay, let's check if your answer is correct. So you have 6 inches, 6 inches, and 3 inches. So let's see if your answer is correct. Okay, so the answer here is yes. So 6 inches, 6 inches, and 3 inches form a triangle. So how do you compare the two shorter lengths to the longest length? So in this case, you have two greater numbers. So you have 6 and 6 and one lesser numbers, which is 3. So in this case, you can just choose any of the two the same numbers, okay? So how do you compare the two shorter sides to the longest side? Yes. Okay, very good. So you can see that when you add the two shorter lengths, it is greater. Yes, it is greater than the longest length. Very good. Let's have the group 2. So group 2, you have 3 inches, 3 inches, and 7 inches. So group 2, what's your answer? Okay, so let's see if your answer is correct. So let's have this one. Okay, so group 2, your answer is yes. So it is no. Your answer is correct. So you have the 3 inches, 3 inches, and 7 inches don't form, or these lengths don't form a triangle. So the next question is, how do you compare the two shorter lengths to the longest lengths? How do you compare 3, 3 with 7? Okay, so as you can see, when you add 3 and 3, which is equals to 6, is, yes, it is less than 7. So I guess you already know the pattern here. So later on we will know what the pattern of this. Okay, so next let's have the group 3. So group 3, you have 3 inches, 3 inches, and 5 inches. So group 3, what's your answer? Okay, let's see if your answer is correct. Okay, so you have this 3 and 3 and 5. Okay, so the correct answer is yes. Very good, that's correct. So group 2, how do you compare the two shorter sides to with the longest side? Okay, so like group 1, it is also greater than the longest side. Okay, very good, correct, group 3. Let's go to group 4. Okay, group 4, what's your answer? Let's see if your answer is correct. So you have Okay, so group 4, it should be no, and your answer is no also. So you have 4 inches, 6 inches, and 10 inches. So the answer is no. The lengths don't form a triangle. So how do you compare the two shorter lengths to the with the longest length? So you have 4 inches and 6 inches with 10 inches. Okay, very good. So as you can see, when you add it to 10 is just equals to the longest side, which is also 10. And it or the lengths don't form a triangle. Yes? Okay, yes. So class, we still have group 5, of course. So the last group, the last but not the least. Okay, so we have 6M. Okay, this is, what's your answer, group 5? Let's check if your answer is correct. Okay, that is yes. So the lengths form a triangle. So you have 5 inches, 5 inches, and 4 inches. So how do you compare? How do you compare the two shorter lengths to the longest length? Or to the longest length? Okay, so again, just like in group 1 and group 3, you have it is greater than the longest side. So you can have 4 and 5, which is equals to 9, compared to the longest side, which is 5, is not that means 9 is greater than 5, and it or the lengths form a triangle. Okay, good job everyone. You got the correct answer. Because of that, you deserve a Mami Junisha Club. So that is by clap. Very good, very good, very good. Again, everyone. Clap. Very good, very good, very good. Okay, very good everyone. So, let's move on. For the summary of your answers, you have group 1, yes, no, group 2, group 3 is yes, group 4 is no, and group 5 is yes. And we also have the lengths of the triangle. And question, class. What pattern did you observe when you compare the sum of the lengths of the two shorter sides with the length of the longest side? Let's see again the triangles. You have group 1, it's a yes. Group 3, it's a yes. Group 5, it's a yes. And also group 2 is a no, and group 4 is a no. When can we say it is a yes? When can we say it's a no? So what pattern did you observe when you compare the sum? Okay, the sum of the lengths of the two shorter sides with the length of the longest side. Okay, so class, if the length of the two shorter sides is less than the longest side or the longest length, it cannot be form a triangle. Okay, if it is less than, again, if the sum of the two shorter sides is less than the length of the longest side, then it cannot form a triangle. Very good. How about another? Okay, very good. So if the sum of the two shorter lengths is equal to the longest length, then it cannot be formed a triangle. Okay, again, if the two shorter lengths, if the sum of the two shorter lengths is equal to the third side or to the longest length of the side of the triangle, then it is or it cannot form a triangle. What else? Last one. Okay, very good. So if the sum of the two shorter lengths is greater than, if it's greater than the longest length, then it, then it can form a triangle. Very good, class. So as you can see here, we have which set of lengths form a triangle. We have the group 1, as what we said, the sum of the two shorter lengths of a triangle is greater than the longest length. So we have group 1, 6, 6, 3, shorter, 2 shorter, sum of 2 shorter. We have 6 and 3, which is equals to 9, and greater than the third side, or the longest side, which is 6. So 9 is greater than 6. Don't worry, class. We will discuss more on that later on. Okay? So here, which also set of lengths do not form a triangle. So you have 3, 3, 7 for group 2. So 2 shorter lengths two shorter lengths is less than the longest length, then it cannot form a triangle. So 3 and 3, you added, the sum is equals to 6, and 6 is less than 7, and it cannot form a triangle. So that's why our answer is no. And also for group 4, 4, 6, and 10, 2 shorter lengths are 4 and 6. When you sum that up, the answer is 10, and 10 is just equal to the longest side, which is also 10. So that means it cannot form a triangle. And last one, class. Last question. What pattern did you observe with the sets of lengths that form and do not form a triangle? So what pattern did you observe with the set, not the sum, okay? What pattern did you observe with the sets of lengths that form and do not form a triangle? Okay, so class, when the two shorter sides of a triangle is greater than, again, when the two, not shorter, but when the two or any two sides of a triangle is greater than the third side, then it can form a triangle. Again, if any two sides of a triangle is greater than the third side, then it can form a triangle. Again, if any two lengths of the given length, if any two lengths or sides of a triangle is greater than the third side, then it can form a triangle. And otherwise, on the other hand, if any two sides of the given lengths is less than or equal to the third side or to the third length, then it cannot form a triangle. Again, class, if any two given lengths is greater than the third length, then it is a triangle, or it can form a triangle. But if any two given lengths is less than or equal to the third length, then it cannot form a triangle. Okay? Okay. So, to um, to clarify that all, or to make it clear, let's have this. Okay, so class, the activity that we had involves triangle inequality theorem. Okay, so the activity, the patterns that we just discussed is about triangle inequality theorem. Inequality, class, that means not equal. Okay, so triangle inequality theorem. So can you make a conjecture using what we have observed? Let's complete this statement. Okay, the sum of any two sides of a triangle must be blank the third side. So what's the correct answer? Okay, so must be greater than. Oh, very good. So must be greater than the third side. Is that understood, class? Okay, very good. So here, to discuss it more and to clarify it more, so let's have this example. You have any two sides. It can be that one, that side, and this side. So any two sides is always greater than. So this one is greater than the third side. So let's have chords. Okay, remember chords, class? AB, BC, AC. Okay, so let's use chords. Let's have AB, one side, and plus BC. Okay, so this is AB, this is BC, is greater than AC. So again, this is one side, another side, greater than, so the sum of these two sides, greater than the third side. So AB plus BC is greater than AC. Next is, we have AC, this side, plus BC, this side, is greater than this side. So any two sides greater than the third side. And the last one, we have AB plus AC is greater than BC. Again, any two sides of a triangle is always greater than the third side. So that's a combination of the three. So we can say a triangle, or we can say that the given lengths can form a triangle if it satisfies the three. Is that clear? Okay, so next, so this is triangle inequality theorem, class. So the triangle inequality theorem again says that any two sides, sum of any two sides of a triangle, or any two sides, is greater than the third side. So that is triangle inequality theorem. Is that clear? Okay, so let's proceed. Again, inequality, that means not equal. So as you can see, this one is greater than. Okay, greater than. So two sides always greater than the third side. Again, the sum of any two sides always greater than the third side. So let's have example for group number 1. Example triangle with a given length 6 inches, 6 inches, and 3 inches. So for the triangle inequality theorem, we have AB, this one, which is equals to 6, and BC, this one, which is equals to 3, is greater than AC. So let's check. So we have AB, which is 6 here, BC, which is 3, here, and AC, which is 6, here. So 6 plus 3 is equals to 9, and 9 is greater than 6. So it is correct. Okay, next we have AC here plus BC, this one, is greater than AB. So we have 6 AC, BC is 3, and AB is 6. So 9, because 6 plus 3 is equals to 9, and 9 greater than 6 is correct. And the third one, we have AB plus BC, AB plus AC is greater than AC. So we have AB, AC greater than, it should be, class, for correction, this should be, this should be BC. Okay, so 6 AB plus AC, 6, is greater than BC. This should be B. So BC greater than 3. So 6 plus 6 is greater than 3, because 6 plus 6 is equals to 12, and 12 is greater than 3. So it satisfies the 3. So class, to check it directly, not checking all the 3 sides or all of these 3, you can just go directly to the shortest side. So as what we did in the previous activity. So it's like you go directly to the shorter sides of the triangle. So just add the 2 shorter and compare it to the longest side. So directly by doing that one, you can identify if you can form a triangle of that given length or not. Is that clear? Okay. So again, class, in summary, what does the triangle inequality theorem state? Okay, so a triangle inequality theorem states that the sum of any 2 sides of a triangle must be greater than the measure of the third side. Yes, so is that clear, everyone? Any questions? Okay, so now we'll proceed to the group activity, a yes or no activity. So for the instructions, with the use of chalk and tagboard, write yes if the 3 numbers can be the measures of the sides of a triangle, and no if it's otherwise. Is that clear? Okay, so you will only be given 10 seconds to answer. If it's time's up, you need to raise your tagboards. Okay, so let's have a trial. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So only 10 seconds. And you need to raise your tagboards. So trial, are you ready? Okay, so for trial, let's have this time starts now. 2 and 1. Timer's up, tagboards up. Okay, so what is the correct answer? The correct answer is yes. So shorter lengths, 3, 3, you will add that 1 any 2 sides, which is equals to 6. So the sum of this is greater than the third side, which is 3. So 6 is greater than 3. That's why the answer is yes. Okay, so let's have it now, seriously, so not trial anymore. Okay, so are you ready? You must be ready. Okay, so now let's start Are you ready? Let's have the first one. Timer starts now. 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Tag words up. The correct answer is yes. Okay, so here 5 and 4 are the shorter lengths. So the sum of those lengths is 9. So 9 is greater than the third length, which is 7. So that is, it is a triangle. So the correct answer is yes. Next one, we have this one. Timer starts now. Time is up. The correct answer is yes. So the two shorter lengths, we have 5 and 4. Their sum is 9, and 9 is greater than 8. So it should be yes, because it is a triangle. Okay. Next one, the third one. Timer starts now. One, timer's up. Tag words up. The correct answer is no. So it is not a triangle. Why? Okay, because as you can see, the two shorter lengths, we have 3 and 2, and the sum of those, or the sum of 3 and 2 is 5, and 5 is less than the third side, which is 6, or less than the longest side, which is 6. Okay, so let's have the next one, the last one, I guess. No, not yet. Okay, so let's have this. Timer starts now. 2, 1. Timer's up. Tag words up. Okay, the correct answer is yes. So this is a triangle because the 2, when you add it up, is equals to 12, and 12 is greater than 6, which is the third side. Okay, and last one. Timer starts now. 2 and 1. Timer's up. Tag words up. Okay, so the correct answer here is no. It's not a triangle because, again, the two shorter lengths, we have 6 and 8. When you add it up, is equals to, yes, 14. And 14, the third side here is also 14. If it's equal to the longest side, or the third side, then it is not a triangle. So the correct answer here is no. Okay, so is that clear, everyone? Okay, very good. So now, class, we will proceed to our quiz. So this time it's an individual assessment. So I want you to get 1/2 sheet of paper crosswise. Again, 1/2 sheet of paper crosswise. I want you to copy and answer. So write in answer. Copy and answer to your 1/2 sheet of paper. So for the instructions, we have: complete the length of the side of a triangle by choosing the possible length of the third side. Write the letter of the correct answer. So you only have 15 minutes to answer this one. Okay? So time starts now. Okay, time is up. Now let's check your answers. Let's have number 1. The correct answer is what? Okay, so that is letter C, because when you add the two shorter sides or two shorter lengths, and if it is greater than the third length, then it is the correct answer. So here we have, when you add 3 to 5, because you will use the shorter lengths, right? So 5 and 3, when you add it up, is equals to 8, and 8 is less than 9, so it's not the correct answer. Number 4 is 5 plus 4, which is equals to 9, and 9 is the third side, so it is also not, because it is just equal to the third side. We need the greater than again. So how about letter D, 14, 9, 5? So we will have the shorter length, which is 9 and 5, and if we add that one, it is equals to 14, and 14 and the third side is equals to 14 also, so it's equal. So that is not the answer, and the final answer is only letter C, because 5 and 5 is equals to 10, and 10 is greater than 9. Okay, how about number 2, 5, 8, and the correct answer here is letter B. Okay, so that is 4, because when you add 5 and 4 is equals to 9, and 9 is greater than the third side, which is 8. When you add the 3, it's 5 and 3, which is equals to 8, just equal. And 5 and 13 and 8, when you add these two, because these are the shorter lengths, is just equals to 13. And also this one, 13 is greater than 14. So the answer is letter B. And number 3, you have letter C, because 6 plus 5 is greater than the third, which is 10. And if you check the other numbers also, it will come up to be less than or equal. So number 4, you have 5, because 6 plus 5 is equals to 11, and 11 is greater than the third side, which is 9. And number 5, we have 4, because 11 plus 4 is equals to 15, and 15 is greater than the third side, which is 14. So that's why the answer is letter C. Is that clear, class? Do you have any questions? None? Okay, thank you so much, class. That's all for today, and thank you for listening. And for your homework or your assignment, by the way, I want you to read in advance or study in advance our next lesson, which is the triangle inequality theorems 1 and 2. Is that clear? Okay, thank you so much for listening. Goodbye, everyone.